Hey everybody, Frank here, Godzilla Island, back with a review of Behemoth Issue 3. Really loving this series so far. Enjoyed the first two issues. Last we left off, Sarah and the rest of the crew of the bus were inside the monster's stomach and they had been radioed. And it looked like they found the ship that we saw at the beginning of Issue 1 off the coast of France that was swallowed by the monster. Really cool story. Find out what happened to the crew of that ship, and we finally get to the point where we find out what they're gonna do to try to get out of this monster, or at least stop this kaiju. I'm really digging this series. These guys did a great job. The crew: Grant Sputore, Ryan Engel, Jay Martin, Frank Chechovic, really are killing it with this. I could totally see this being a movie or even like a mini series. Really, really fun story. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's see where we last left off. They have these parasitic monsters are chasing them, and they're trying to get on the ship. And they get to the ship, and the guys on board, and they're fighting off these monsters. We got this cool 2-page spread here of the ship being overtaken by these monsters. They threw flares, they're shooting them, throwing Molotov cocktails, and yeah, here's a close-up of these monsters. They kind of, you know, this whole story in general kind of gives me a Cloverfield vibe to it. You know, just I guess not only because it took place in New York, but you know, we have these like little spider kaiju monster things here. And we have those little guys in Cloverfield as well that made that one chick blow up. But these kind of remind me of that. They're like little kind of spider parasite type of thing. But anyway, they get inside the ship, they lock the doors, and they get inside, they hack them up, they all fight their way, and they're surviving, all tired. And we learn that this current member that radioed Etienne is the final surviving member, and he starts talking. He's saying there were 6 of us, but he's all that's left. And then Sarah asks, "Do you have any food?" And this is where we get some red flags. He goes, "We ran out weeks ago, I'm afraid." And then they go on, and it turns out he's been on this ship. This ship has been in the monster's stomach for 79 days. So that opening scene was 79 days prior to the New York City attack. That's like 3 months, probably like 3.5 months they've been in there. And they ran through all their food. So obviously, I mean, come on guys. One survivor left, where's the rest? They're all out of food. So anyway, everyone goes in for the night, calls it a night. But Sarah decides she wants to wander the ship. So she's like, let me go look around. And she sees this door with blood on it. Opens it up, and sure enough, there's a girl hanging there in the meat locker on a hook. And he's been eating them. Yeah, that's what happened to the other crew members. Kind of flips out. Turns out he's got a gun. He pulls it on her. Charles is trying to calm him down. He turns around, shoots Charles in the shoulder. Sarah knocks him out with the crowbar. There's all chaos. They restrain him. Charles is bleeding out. He's like, listen, we've come this far. He's like, I'm not just going to die like this. And earlier on in the book, Etienne was saying how they tried to escape by sawing out through the kaiju, and they hit an artery, and all those parasites were drawn to the smell of the blood, and they had to flee back to the ship. And when they returned to where they were cutting, that the monster had healed extremely fast. On top of that now, they received word on the radio that the military is about to nuke this monster within an hour. So they got an hour to stop this thing. So their plan is to kill it from the inside, and hopefully they could survive. And then, you know, you're kind of like, why is there this samurai thing at the front of the issue? Well, there's this little like mini comic at the end about a samurai that's fighting a kaiju in feudal times, and he jumps into its mouth. And now we see this sword here being presented, and the kaiju in the background. pretty cool. Yeah, I wonder if we'd get like a feudal version of this story. Maybe is that what it's setting up, or it's just kind of like, hey, we're gonna do this cool little story here. But yeah, digging it. Can't wait for issue 4. If you're just learning about this now or getting into it, the trade paperback is on the horizon, so you could pre-order that now if you feel like it's too late. I don't think it's too late, but you can still get in on this. But the trade paperback is due out in September, so it's a little ways off, but highly recommend picking up this series. Definitely cool. Would love to see it made into like a TV series or movie, or even like something like in the Cloverfield universe, honestly. But yeah, definitely check it out, guys, and let me know what you think of Behemoth.